What's up, guys? It's your boy Keep It Real and mate. The card for Mackenzie Dern and Jan. I can't really say her name, so fuck it. But yeah, that card just ended. Literally just ended. So yeah, I'm gonna go from the prelims all the way up to the main card. If you guys are new, please like and subscribe. I appreciate every single one of you that do, every single one of you that stop by and just watch the video in general. So appreciate every single one of you. And yeah, like I said, we'll go from the prelims all the way up to the main event. It is currently 10 to 3 in the morning. And I'm on the grind. Right, let's go. Right, first fight on the card was Guido Canadi versus Randy Costa. Cut Randy Costa and ban him from professional fighting. When the going gets tough, he quits straight away. Guido Canadi didn't have any hooks in and submitted him with a rear naked choke. Without hooks, by the way. He had no hooks in. None at all. He just took him down and just rear naked choked him. Like, he got out kicked. He was getting out struck anyway. And then, so how does he do to turn this around? He goes down and then gets choked out without any hooks in. There's not much to say on the fight except, like, Randy Costa's shit. Do you know what I mean? There's not much I can say. But it's what it is, isn't it? It's what it is. Anyway, next fight on the card. Julia Storienko versus Chelsea Chandler. I went with Chelsea Chandler. I think I went 8-3 on this card, by the way. 8-3. I went with Chelsea Chandler by decision, but she got it done by first round TKO. She's fucking massive. Like, she's similar to, like, my size. And it makes sense because she, fights around the weight I would fight around. And she's a similar height to me. She's like 5'8.5", so she's like half an inch shorter than me. So like she's fucking massive compared to Julia Storienko, man. She was massive compared to her. And yeah, man, she got it done very handedly. I mean, she shots, you could tell the power difference. Every time Chelsea was landing, Julia was like that every time. And then when Julia was landing, Chelsea just kept walking her down, and she kind of has that kind of like a Nate, like a mixture of Nate and Nick style, because obviously she's from Stockton, so she trains down in Stockton, California, so she represents that area, man. But yeah, no, pretty good performance by Chelsea Chandler, man. I mean, I don't know where her future is because she says she wants to try and make the weight cut down to 135, which is fair enough. But she says she'll need more time for it, so she'd rather take a fight quick in the featherweight division. She said someone against Norma Dumont. I think she'd do very well against Dumont. I don't have a prediction for that right now, but that'll be a good fight, though. So if you want to do that, I think that's a good fight. Because, the featherweight division's basically extinct. Shouldn't even exist, but yeah. But no, good performance by Chelsea Chandler. Landed the good shots. Good getting back to her feet after she got taken down. Well, actually, she swept the position. Great grappling and just, great ground and pound, man. She got a lot of power, and I think that can present Norma Dumont a lot of problems, actually. But yeah, Chelsea Chandler gets it done by first round TKO. Next fight on the card, Christoph Jotko versus Brendan Allen. I went with Brendan Allen winning by, I think I said I said submission, but I said he'd get it done in, like round 2 or 3, but he got it done in round 1. No, good performance by Brendan Allen, man. Like I said, he had no power to worry about coming back, and that's why I said Brendan Allen was going to win. Like I said, his chin is a tiny bit questionable. Tiny bit. But he's 26 years of age. He's now 8-2 in the UFC, and he's fought nothing but killers, really. Jotko is no fucking joke, man, and he literally just submitted Jotko. So, no, it was a great performance by Brendan Allen, man. Landed decent shots. When the fight hit the ground, man, he was... he knew what he had to do, so yeah, great fight, and well, for as long as it lasted, really, and yeah, good job by Brendan Allen, man. He did what he had to do. I mean, maybe just give him a ranked opponent next. Give him I said, well, what did he call out? He called out Andre Muniz, which is a decent fight, actually. Another good fight for him, and I don't know if he'd win, though. And then he called out Fluffy. He called out, Anthony Hernandez. Also a good fight. Yeah. I'd rather him get Fluffy. I don't think he's ready for Muniz, but yeah. But Fluffy's good too, man. But yeah. Next fight on the card, Joaquim Silva versus Jesse Ronson. I went with Joaquim Silva winning by decision. He gets it done by second round flying knee KO. Good job by Joaquim Silva, man. He was losing that first round, and then he wobbled Ronson right at the end and then dropped him, and I was like, yeah, he gets the round 10-9. It was when he switched to southpaw, that's when he started getting success. His jabs is what were hurting Jesse Ronson, but Jesse Ronson's a fucking big lightweight, bro. Like, how tall is it? Does it say how tall he is? Or is it just going to show the fucking stats? Yeah, sure. Anyway, but yeah, Jesse Ronson's quite big, man, and he was landing very good fucking shots, but Joaquim Silva got a good chin, man, and then as soon as Joaquim Silva, like, went southpaw, he just started landing all of these jabs on Jesse Ronson. Jesse Ronson had no answer to it, and then just kept getting wobbled, and then eventually, like, Joaquim Silva kept throwing these short flying knees, and it didn't work. So the third time he threw it, he put the jab first, and used the jab to hide it, and then threw up little short flying knee, lands straight on his chin, puts him out. Great performance by Joaquim Silva, man. Looking forward to his fight's future. So yeah, that was good. Next fight on the card, Ilir Latifi versus Alexei Oleinik. I went with Ilir Latifi getting a first round KO. He gets it done by unanimous decision. Unanimous decision. Sorry. These hiccups better not stay. I swear to fuck. Yeah. It was okay performance. I mean, they're both 40-odd-year-old men. I mean, Alexei Oleinik's 45, Ilir Latifi's 40. I mean, I said if the injuries ain't too bad for Ilir Latifi, I said he's going to win this. He did exactly what he had to do, really. He didn't look too sluggish or bad on the feet. It's just when he got on the ground, they just both looked fat and slow on the ground. But, no, great performance by Ilir Latifi, man. Landed decent shots. Alexei Oleinik suddenly has a chin. I don't know how. But, yeah, Latifi, great grappling and just, yeah, did what he had to do. Stalled out the positions and just landed total strikes. Pretty boring fight. Boring way to win. But, I mean, what can you do, man? It was a good performance, though, man. But yeah. Next fight on the card, John Castaneda versus Daniel Santos. I went with John Castaneda winning by decision, but Daniel Santos, man, he gets it done by second round TKO against the fence. Man, good performance, bro. Daniel Santos, Charles Oliveira'd his way to a win. I mean, he looked like Charles Oliveira. He fights at Shoot Box, which is the same gym as Charles Oliveira, so obviously he's going to fight the very similar way. He fights the exact same way. Doesn't have the exact same stance, because, like, Oliveira's more high guard, like, Dan Santos is more like this, a bit lower. But still, man, it was a great performance, man. He got wobbled so many times in the first round, even got dropped. But he kept going, you know what I mean? And in the second round, his cardio, bro, how the fuck he keeps that cardio? He has to be on the secret juice, you know? But fuck me, his cardio is unbelievable, and he was just pushing John Castaneda, and John Castaneda has a hell of a chin on him, man, but eventually he couldn't take any more. Daniel Santos landed big knees, big clinch shots, and fought exactly like Oliveira does. He's like a mini less good Oliveira, but yeah. Honestly, though, it was a great performance, man. Like, really pushed the pace on John Castaneda, like, really did. I mean, John Castaneda was gassed after the first round. After the first round ended, I said to myself, Daniel Santos is going to win this fight. Because Dan Santos looked okay coming into second, considering he got dropped and wobbled multiple times. And John Castaneda was gassing, bro. And Daniel Santos just put the pace on him, man. Like, it was a very Charles Oliveira-esque performance. So, you know, it's kind of like a preview of what happened in Oliveira versus Makhachev. So, but yeah, good performance by Daniel Santos. Second round TKO. Well done, you blonde fuck. Even though I betted against him. But yeah, anyway, next fight on the card, Mike Davis versus Vyacheslav Borshev. I went with Mike Davis, getting a decision win. He gets a decision win. I completely agree. He won rounds 1 and 3, in my opinion. And a lot of people are saying Mike Davis won round 1 and 2. How the fuck can you give Mike Davis round 2? Borshev only got controlled for the last minute, and Mike Davis didn't really do much with it. But the third round is where they made the difference. The strikes were pretty even, so they got Borshev down and just did what he had to do when he was on top. I mean, got a couple of submission attempts, some decent ground and pound shots, not like massive ones, but, you know, did what he had to do, and he just did very well. I mean, I don't know how you can give Mike Davis round 2, really. Like, he definitely won rounds 1 and 3, though. I mean, I mean, it's hard to say, right? Because it's like, I don't know. I don't see how Borshev doesn't win round 2. If you have to give Borshev a round, he wins round 2. Because he was really hurting Mike Davis, and that's when he broke Davis's orbital bone, I believe. That's when he fucked up Davis's eye. And Borshev was like, essentially like landing decent shots and got controlled for the last minute. I don't know. Round 1 and 3 to Mike Davis, objectively, based off the scoring criteria, in my opinion. Anyway, next fight on the card, Sadiq Youssef versus Don Chanas. I went with Sadiq Youssef by a very dominant 30-27 decision, and he gets it done by first round guillotine choke. I mean, did exactly what he had to do, man. It was a great performance. I mean, he subbed him in 30 seconds. As soon as the fight started, they started swinging, and then they got in a clinch. Youssef started just blasting knees, and then Don Chanas gave up his neck. Guillotine choke, they went to the ground, and then just held on to it, got the tap. 30 seconds in, great performance by Sadiq Youssef. Like I said, I respect fighters that do what they're supposed to do against the people they're supposed to beat. He was 1,050 favourite over Don Chanas, so, you know, he's got to get it done. But yeah, great performance by Sadiq Youssef, man. I mean, he did exactly what he had to do. And it sucks for it because where does he go from here? I mean, like, the fight I would say is the Giga Chikadze. But he called out Korean Zombie. Now, I don't mind him getting either fight, but I want him to get Giga Chikadze because that was the fight originally booked. So why not just rebook it for December? You took no damage. You know what I mean? All you took was little body shots, which is basically just nothing, really, is it? Let's be real. So I'd rather see you in December or January coming back and then, you know, getting the fight against Giga Chikadze. I don't see how Korean Zombie makes sense in that way. It does in a way because of rankings wise, but at the same time, it's like, bro, take Chikadze, you know what I mean? In my opinion, anyway, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I see it. But yeah, great performance by Sadiq Youssef though, man. Took a very risky fight when he didn't have to, and he got the dub, so fair play to him. Next fight on the card, I've gone through this quick, I'm almost to the main event. Ronnie Barcelos versus Trevin Jones. I went with Ronnie Barcelos getting it done by a dominant decision, and that's exactly what he did. Schooled Trevin Jones. Like I said, Trevin Jones is a very boxing heavy guy. And he's a very... I forgot to say in the breakdown that he's just a counter striker. And Ronnie Barcelos is way too active and lands way too many significant strikes per round for you to be a counter striker against him. And Ronnie Barcelos got the takedowns, hurt Trevin Jones so many times. I think he dropped him at one point and just kept the pace on him, man. Just kept landing really good shots, and Trevin Jones was struggling to just get anything going. Ronnie Barcelos did exactly what he was supposed to do. And I mean, you can't fault it, right? Like when you got a guy that you know, executes a clear game plan that he had, and you know, and the other guy couldn't do anything about it. So I mean, that's what you want, really, innit? That's the outcome you want. It was a great performance though, man. Considering he hasn't looked good. Fuck, I feel be yawning. Sorry. Considering he hasn't looked good in his last 2 fights. Same with Trevin Jones. Ronnie Barcelos did exactly, not did exactly what he was supposed to do. It was kind of a close. Well, no, actually, no, he was a 2-1 favourite, I think. But still, you know what I mean? He did very well, and he did very well, and he had a great performance, man. He did exactly what he needed to do to beat Trevin Jones, is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. Ronnie Barcelos, unanimous decision. Dominant unanimous decision. Alright, next fight on the card. Randy Brown versus Francisco Trinaldo. I believe I went with Randy Brown with a 3rd round TKO. But Randy Brown gets it done by decision. I believe he won rounds 1 and 2. Francisco Trinaldo won round 3. Round 2 was extremely close, but Randy Brown was making Francisco miss a lot. Like, what you guys don't understand is, right, with these fights, is that you think that they're landing, but half the time they're hitting the arm or they're missing, but it looks like from the angle they're hitting. Francisco was missing a lot. And Randy Brown just landed slightly more stronger strikes, more significant strikes. They were slightly more significant to give him the round. Round 1, he clearly won. But round 2, round 1 he clearly won. He dropped Francisco. But that cage grab by Randy Brown was just not a good look though, bro. You can't be doing that. But he didn't grab it for the rest of the fight, so you can't blame him, you know, so you can't really give him too much hate. But yeah, I mean, round 2 was so close, but I gotta give the edge to Randy Brown. I gotta give the edge to Randy Brown. He did extremely well, you know, and he edged it out. At third round, you know, he was just on his back, defending, wasn't anywhere near enough to get to a 10-8, and I'll talk about 10-8 in the next fight now. But yeah, good performance by Randy Brown. Did very well. Great, you know, good performance. Kept him at range. Nice strikes landed. Dropped him once, and yeah, good defensive jiu-jitsu in the positions, you know, in the third round. So yeah, moving on to the main event: Mackenzie Dern versus Yang Jiangnan. There's only 2 outcomes you can get on this fight. I went with Mackenzie Dern getting it done by sub, but Jan wins by majority decision. I think this is a complete and utter bullshit. It's either, there's only 2 outcomes. You either give it a draw or Mackenzie Dern wins, because round 2 was arguably a 10-8 round. That was close to a 10-8 round. Do you know what I mean? She was transitioning, getting loads of submission attempts. And like, these stats are bullshit, right? They kept saying that apparently Mackenzie Dern only had 2 submission attempts. She had way more than 2 submission attempts. She was landing decent ground and pound. And I know that, you know, Jan, low-key had, like, way more significant strikes. But those significant strikes that she landed were in the rounds she won. Round 1, round 3, and round 4. Round 2 and 5, she barely did anything. She landed like maybe 5 to 6 significant strikes and then got taken down. You know what I mean? And Mackenzie Dern did so well. And she, you know what I mean, it's women's MMA though. They both look terrible, but like, I mean, in women's MMA retrospect, she did really well. She struggled in the fight, but like, she found ways to get it done in round 2 and 5. Round 5 was 100% a 10-8. You cannot not give that a 10-8 round. It was a 10-8 round. And round 2, that's arguably a 10-8 round. If you don't want to give it a 10-8 round, that's fine. So then there's a draw, right? Because obviously Mackenzie Dern clearly won round 2, yeah? Which is, like I said, in my opinion, right? This is what I thought, right? That's arguably a 10-8 round. I mean, I'm going to have to look on it again. For now, I'll give the benefit of the doubt. I'll say it's a 10-9. But round 5, there's no doubt it was a 10-8 round. It was a 10-8 round. Some people are switching it around. I'm sorry, but round 5 was way more dominant than round 2. But I'll have to watch it again, which I won't because it's women's MMA. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, I'd have to watch it again to know if it was a 10-8 round. But in my opinion, I think it was. But I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. So I'd say it's a draw. But I mean, Jan looked pretty good though, really good take on defense, good defensive jiu-jitsu not to get submitted. Mackenzie Dern looked terrible on the feet as usual. But yeah, you know what I mean, she was good on her back, good on top, and she did extremely well in those positions. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyway guys, I appreciate you guys so much for watching. If you're new, please like and subscribe. My TikTok is Keep It Real Edits. This is Keep It Real MMA. Yeah, I'm trying to get more consistent with the uploads. It's just UFC was gone for like 2 weeks. Very dry, but hopefully I can get some going now. There's some fight announcements, so I can make a video on that soon. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.